Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Data Dispatch. I hope you guys have all had a wonderful weekend. Let's talk about Palantir right now in the overnight hours that have opened up on Robinhood is already up another $2 and is right now sitting at about $78.40. The question is, are we going to be breaking that $80 come market open and into the trading day for Monday? With, of course, the announcement of the inclusion into the Nasdaq-100, which happened Friday evening. We're going to be getting into the details, talking about what this could mean for Palantir, for not just FOMO, but price discovery, and with this momentum that we've been seeing, and until the end of the year, what could we be seeing in terms of price predictions if this does occur. On top of that, we're also going to be talking about what to expect in the market this week. We have the FOMC meeting. The Fed will be getting together. We're going to be getting some remarks from the Fed talking about interest rates, and this could have a big influence on the market. So we're going really fast. Thank you guys so much for the support. Hit that like button, subscribe for daily videos, and of course, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm collecting all the data and dispatching it to you. Now, pop it up on the screen here, like I had mentioned, just looking at Robinhood's overnight hours, currently sitting at 78.34. We're seeing a pop up. And where the market actually closed on Friday was at 76.07, so up about another $2. You can see Palantir has this all-time high of about $80 right here, and this is likely going to be a resistance point come market open. One of the big reasons that I'm personally anticipating Palantir to definitely test that is because there is a lot of options activity and interest at the $80 strike price. You can see here for December 20th, expiration dates, you have 36,000 that we saw last trading session in terms of call volume at the $80 strike price. And of course, with the inclusion now into the Nasdaq-100, if you guys did not know that, if you guys are kind of behind, Palantir, along with MicroStrategy and Axon, do get included into the Nasdaq-100. One important thing to remember was this was the reconstitution or the rebalance, the announcement basically, and the actual trading on when these stocks will be included and actually have an effect is on December 23rd. That is 8 days from now. Now, Palantir with this jump on Sunday night, I think is going to bring bullishness and momentum that will continue to push the stock higher. That's what I'm thinking personally. However, it's important that we don't forget that the valuation is very high right now. We know that, but the valuation's been disconnected from Palantir for a long time. And if we zoom out on Palantir, the run-up that we've seen ever since we've had the last quarter results, the S&P 500 inclusion, and the repetitive headlines and contract announcements and partnerships with all these different companies, commercial, and especially what we've seen with a lot of government involvement recently, this is continuing to show that the momentum is pushing Palantir to these astronomical highs. And you can see even just over this weekend that you had the Army-Navy college football game here sponsored by Palantir. They talk about, you can see Palantir, their name on the list, getting into the headlines. So talking about some of the other stocks that are popping up right now, we're also seeing a lot of bullishness coming into MicroStrategy and a lot of crypto-based stocks that we'll be talking about here in a second. But let's talk about what to expect in the markets this week. Now, coming up, we're going to have the Fed interest rate decision. This is going to be really important on how the broader market is basically going to react and what Powell's remarks are going to be, kind of giving us an idea what could we expect into 2025 in terms of the rate cut cycle. We're also going to be getting the PCE inflation report and earnings from Micron, Nike, FedEx, and Carnival. Now, the Federal Reserve is going to be actually announcing their decision, I believe, on Wednesday. The FOMC meeting is going to be on Tuesday and on Wednesday. And it's going to conclude and talk about its reduction in interest rates. That is basically the widely anticipation. And the markets are nearly at 100% probability. That's like 97, 98, 99, kind of depending on the source, that we're going to see another reduction of the federal funds rate come December. After the announcement, providing more details on the economy, that's what we're going to be waiting for. And on Friday, the personal consumption expenditures report is also going to show and give us a gauge on inflation. This is a big report and a big piece of macroeconomic data that the Fed uses to help gauge their decision. So this is going to give us an idea on the resiliency of inflation because it's kind of sticky that we've been seeing right now. And we're going to see NVIDIA's partner, Micron Technology, that's going to be interesting or issuing its quarterly event. Now, in terms of Wednesday, I think the market's already priced in this complete interest rate cut. That's what the expectations are. So I don't know if we're going to see a ton of momentum, a ton of change, as long as that actually comes to fruition. More volatility, and if this stays stable, if they decide to pause rates for December, that's where we could see a pullback across the whole market and possibly Palantir included. Looking into 2025, traders are now expecting for January to actually pause. And this is not necessarily a bad thing because some investors are saying that, hey, we're cutting rates at way too fast of a rate compared to how inflation is doing. So the Federal Reserve, like I said, is widely anticipating that 25 basis point cut on Wednesday, but paying close attention right here, they said that inflation is appearing to be a little bit stickier. So they're betting on the Fed to pause its rate cutting cycle here in January. And this could really be a welcome for investors who are still uneasy with the path of inflation. And I agree with that, especially here at the Nasdaq Composite, up more than 32% year to date in 2024. And it had a big bullish market in 2023. Pausing the interest rate cut in January, I don't think is necessarily a bad thing. I think especially with the administration change, where do we find our grounding? Settling into that and finding normalcy across the markets. However, what we've seen from some of the big investors like Tom Lee is predicting a bullish first half of 2025. And if we look at some of the other big stocks that are moving right now, Amit, another big content creator, comes out with a highlight of some of the overnight markets. Like I said, Palantir up about 3%, sitting right now at over $2. MicroStrategy making a big movement, up 9.5%. You can see a lot of the crypto-related stocks like Mara and Riot, those are all mining companies for Bitcoin, up 7%, 6.7%, 5.3% respectively. Coinbase up 0.4.29%. BITX up 6.5%. So a lot of bullishness coming in there. We'll see what happens in terms of market trading. But other than that, that's really all what we have for you guys. We'll see what happens with the market. We'll see what happens with Palantir. Let me know down in the comments, what are your guys' price predictions going into this week with the anticipation that we do get that federal funds rate cut? Where do you see Palantir going? It's going to be exciting. I think we're going to see that blowback past 80. Or, of course, things could always come the other way. The kind of the buy the rumor, sell the news. But with the overnight hours, that's what I'm predicting right now. Peace out, take care, and I'll catch you guys later. Have a wonderful day, and let's have a great start to the week.